Big news yesterday, Brandon Aiyuk. The resolution seems close based on all the reporting. And the reporting was it's more likely that he's traded than that he reaches a long-term agreement with the San Francisco 49ers. The three teams that were rumored to be the most in on a trade, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Cleveland Browns, and the New England Patriots. Which of those three teams makes the most sense for Brandon Aiyuk?
Probably the Cleveland Browns, because they're all in to try and win.
Yes.
Why he'd want to go play in New England? They're going to be the worst team in the league.
Probably.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh makes sense. It does. It sounds like they're out. As of this morning, when I was listening to NFL Network coming over, it sounded like it was Cleveland or New England. That's what it sounded like, but that could change.
Sounds like Cleveland, Cap, would be the right spot for him. Now, I'll ask you, Shay, if wins above replacement is a thing in the NFL, without Aiyuk, how does San Francisco fare?
They've got Shanahan. I think Greg Jennings, the wide receiver, is still on the team. It sounds like if it's Cleveland, Amari Cooper might be the piece that gets moved to get Brandon Aiyuk there. And then San Francisco obviously would have Amari Cooper. I think they'll be fine relatively. Wide receivers don't do a ton for me in terms of a wins above replacement deal. But Brandon Aiyuk is the best non-Christian McCaffrey weapon on their offense. So I don't think it would be a non-issue.
Yeah, ESPN now says the New England Patriots and Browns both have been in contact and are interested in trading for Aiyuk. Pittsburgh Steelers also were interested, do not appear to be a potential trade destination any longer, according to sources to ESPN.
Yeah, Justin could use another weapon in Pittsburgh.
No doubt about it.
Definitely.
No doubt about it.
George Pickens needs some help, man. He can't do it all.
Only problem for Aiyuk, if he goes to Pittsburgh, who's going to get him the ball? How will he get it? Is it FedEx, carrier pigeon?
Yeah.
It ain't going to be Justin.
Chargers.
Be careful. There'll be a cult out here waiting for you.
They know I'm kidding.
The Chargers, I keep hearing debate about nationally. Mina Kimes had a take I really agreed with. Where, look, the Chargers aren't fixed just because they hired Jim Harbaugh. Now they've got to deal with Justin Herbert. Sounds like plantar fasciitis is going to be a problem. That can be kind of long-term, tough to get over. Might be a problem all year. I've said this team's going under their win total. It feels like they might get off to a slow start, too, even with Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, look, Jim's a really good football coach, really good. That team lost Keenan Allen, lost Mike Williams, lost Austin Eckler. They got a banged-up quarterback. They drafted a tackle. Great. They got bookends in Slater and Joe Alt. That's a really good pairing of tackles. I'd love to have those tackles. Yep. But, yeah, they are – I'm with Shay. I think they're an underplay on their win. What are they, 8.5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an underplay. However, whatever's the problem with Justin Herbert, he'll be fine. He won't utilize his arm that much. I hope he doesn't have like a thing in his contract that he's got to throw over 4,000 yards because he won't reach it because they're going to run the hell out of the ball.
Yeah, they probably will. But if he can't plant that foot, if plantar fasciitis is an issue, that's a problem.
That's okay. He's running the Michigan offense. Here you go. Just run the football. Just keep handing. That's what he's going to do.
They got Greg Roman as offensive coordinator. He built the San Francisco Kaepernick offense, and he built the Lamar Baltimore offense. All they did was run the ball.
Yep.
So the Michigan offense might go to L.A.
Yeah, don't worry. With that RPO, heavy on the R about the RPO.
Connor Stallions involved.
I'm telling you, man.
Hey, you hear that? Jim Harbaugh said he knew nothing about it.
Yeah, okay.
If you ask me, Jim Harbaugh's rolling Sharon Moore right in front of the bus. Here, take the bullet for me, pal.
There you go.
Do me a favor. Take the bullet.
I got you paid. Now you take that. Go ahead.
Justin Fields. Will he beat out Russell Wilson for the Steelers quarterback job? Russell Wilson missed some practice with a calf injury, came back, but the reporting and some of the rumoring out of the clubhouse there, the locker room is all for Fields. He gained the trust of his teammates by playing well with Wilson's injury. They like him more. Nobody likes Russell Wilson. We can pretty much take that as a fact. It's feeling early like the Steelers want Fields.
Good for us. We'll take the fourth-round pick.
No surprise here. I'm not surprised by that report. Absolutely not. Not even about ability. It's just about locker room demeanor, bedside manner. I told you all I had from the Denver source I had about the day-to-day for Russell Wilson, pain in the ass to deal with. And thank God for Sean Payton. He turned it around like, you're not going to be the guy that you were before I got here. And I thought that Russell and Payton got along. but they had a good relationship. It's just that there was oil and water. Just keep in mind, with Pete Carroll let Russell Wilson do whatever he wanted to do, and it led to a championship and success. It's just a different ball game, man, when you're with a different coach. And Justin Fields, from everything that we read, is looking good. So as I mentioned, I'm rooting for him.
I hope he has a really good run.
I'm rooting for him. Absolutely.
Doesn't it feel like business as usual a little bit? Fields is having a really good camp. We know he's well liked in locker rooms. Everybody has good things to say about him. And then you get on the field in the real games, and you see what you see.
I'm just telling you that if Russell Wilson starts off as the backup, starts the season as the backup, there's going to be a problem.
I don't think he'll last the season in Pittsburgh
Exactly.
if he starts the season as the backup.
He is going to be pissed off.
This was why a week ago I asked you, can these two actually coexist in Pittsburgh? Because, look, if Russell Wilson's the starter and Fields is the backup, and that's known and that's just going to be the dichotomy, I think it's more likely that they can actually coexist. If Fields is the starter, you're going to have issues.
It is going to be a problem. It was okay toward the back end of the season. It's like, all right, Russ, in Denver, we're going to pull you. We're putting in Stidham. But to start the season that way,
He wasn't even okay then. He wanted to sue the team.
Yeah, it was not good.
Bad deal.
I'm just telling you, like, that's going to be a problem when the bell rings and Fields is a starter. That's bad. It's a big ego guy, Russell Wilson. Big ego guy. Anything else?
That's it for Around the NFL.
All right, let's get to Albert Breer then. He'll be joining us coming up next on the Kap and J.Hood Morning